this is 365801 and this is my manga haul video for the month of May 2020. I've got quite a lot of titles here, a lot more than I usually have, and that's because it's my birthday month. Woo! Another year older. It's happy, it's good. I was able to buy lots of nice things, so yes, I'm happy to have more things to read, more things to collect, and quite a big stack, so let's just go through them. So the first title that I was able to get this month was Vasa Lord by Nanae Chrono, and this is a Tokyo Pop, an old Tokyo Pop I should say, title. This is 4 volumes, I think. I don't know, I think that was the only amount that was actually published by Tokyo Pop, although it's not a complete set. I think there's more volumes in Japanese, so yeah, unfortunate. But I have kind of wanted to get these for a while. I didn't even know that they had printed them. It was one that I just kind of came across, so I saw in other videos and I was like, oh, they did actually print some. Because I've obviously seen the OVAs, but I kind of wanted to see what it was like as a manga as well. So this was one of the ones that I actually bought in April, and the person who was selling them on eBay had a bit of difficulty getting them to me. And I was like, that's cool, you take your time, do you, it's cool. So they came actually a lot faster than I thought, so I was very grateful to them for sending them to me. Yeah, so volumes 1, 2, 3 and 4, and as you can see on volume 2 there's a little bit of damage. There's a bend on the cover, which I'm not actually all that bothered about because the rest of them, and even the rest of volume 2, are in really good condition, so they're actually really well kept. They look practically brand new. Volume 2, 3 and 4 especially look really good, and so yeah, I'm really happy with the purchase. I'm looking forward to reading them. As I've said, I've watched the OVA, so I know kind of what it's about, and but I'd like to kind of know a bit more in depth from the manga. I'm obviously not going to get the full story, seeing as it's not fully published in English, but never mind, as is the way, as is the way. How many of my series are like that? But yeah, so I'm really happy to add these to my collection. So the next thing I got, it was by the same person who sold me the Vasa Lord set, and this is Nabari no O by Yuki Kamatani, volume 1, and this is by Yen Press, and it's quite an old title. I think, well, it's kind of an old title that was published a while ago, and I remember watching the anime ages and ages ago. One of my friends was like, oh, you have to watch it, it's so good, it's so heartbreaking, please watch it. And this was like just after it had come out, so quite a long time ago. So I hadn't watched it, they made me watch it. I watched it, I kind of was confused if I'm honest. I was having a bit of trouble following it, and I don't think I got fully into it. I know I was heartbroken at the end, I won't go into that, but I was heartbroken at the end. And I'm not too sure if the anime and the manga follow along at the same story, so I would very much like to read Nabari no O by Yuki Kamatani to see if it is the same as the anime or better. So I think the main character is Miharu, is it right? Miharu, and it's kind of like shinobi, like a ninja, but also slightly supernatural-esque. But yes, very much. I think this is the same person who's done Our Dreams at Dusk, maybe? So yeah, this is a title that I'm kind of looking forward to reading. It's not BL as such, but someone who is a big fan of BL recommended that I watch it, so I was like, oh, okay then. So there might be elements there that I'm like, ah, okay. So as far as I remember, it's something that I would like, so that's why when I saw it for a really good price, I got it. This is Toko Kawaii's Cafe Latte Rhapsody. I did pay kind of like cover price for this. As I've said, some of the titles that I'm going to be getting from now on, I'll be hard pushed to get really good bargains for. You know, I'm still going to be on the lookout for them, but the chances are for some of the titles I'll probably have to pay cover price, if not more, or I'll just have to try and wait and see if I can get it for cheap. but so yes, Toko Kawaii. I saw it for cover price and I thought, you know what, you're probably not going to get it for that again. It is harder to get certain titles in the UK, and this actually came from Europe, so yeah, Cafe Latte Rhapsody. I'm really happy to have this. I'm going to enjoy reading it. I think it's going to probably be a cute one. As I've said, I really like Toko Kawaii's work, and I really do want to just sit and read all of her work and have this Toko Kawaii day. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this one, and I'm really happy to have it in my collection. Another June manga title that, yeah, the ones I'm going for, they're gonna be tricky and they're gonna be expensive. So Kazuna Bonds of Love Volume 2, story and art by Kazuma Kodaka, and this is a Be Beautiful publication. So this is the start of my other Kazuna collection. Yeah, I'm happy that I'm getting some of these. This was only about, I think it was like £3, something like that. So I'm very happy to have something for £3. I will just over the years look out for more of this Kazuna Be Beautiful at as cheap prices I can get. I think there's a few more, you know, every once in a while I'll see them, and if I see them for like £12, I think no, because I don't need it. But if I see it for 2, 3 or 4 or something like that, then I think I can probably pick them up. So that might be something I start looking out for, but I'm not going to make it a huge priority. That I'm just happy to see one for like really cheap, and I was like, yeah, I'll get it. So it's a start. It's now so this is one that actually creates gaps in my collection, because it's like, oh, I have one copy of now a series that I need to collect. So happy to have it though, and it looks really nice. So this is Love is Like a Hurricane Volume 5 by Tokiya Shimazaki. So I now have Volume 5, yay! But I still need to get Volume 1, boo! Yeah, so this just adds to the collection, so it adds in a wee gap there has been filled, which just means only Volume 1 to get, which, as I've said before, is probably going to be really expensive and difficult to find, and as I don't need any of the other volumes, I'm just looking for a Volume 1, so yeah. But I was able to get all of the other volumes for like less than £5, so yeah, I don't want to pay a huge amount for Volume 1 when I already have all the others for less than £5, so for 4 volumes it was less than £20, and I've seen Volume 1 go for almost 40, so I'm like, no thanks. So I will wait around, maybe one day I'll get Volume 1 for a good price, and then maybe I can actually read it. So but as it is, I'm really happy that I've got this really good quality, nice condition, 801 imprint title. So yep, just one more volume to get. So this is Millennium Prime Minister. This is volume 3 and 4. This is by Eiki Eiki, and it's a Doki Doki imprint title. And it's one that I wasn't really all that bothered about getting for a long time, and then because it's on my list now, I'm like, oh, I should see if I can get a good price for these. And lo and behold, someone had put up Volume 1 and Volume 2 for a really good price. So I thought, oh, I wonder if I can get the full set. And then some other companies had put up Volume 3 and 4 for really good prices, and I thought, oh well, that's the full set, brilliant, I'll be able to get it. But you know what would make it really good if I used me buying it in a video, so I'll do like a screen capture and stuff like that. So I kind of procrastinated for a few days and then went back to like, right, better go and buy those because they won't stay around forever. And they didn't. So me actually waiting for a couple of days and thinking about how I was gonna do this video and what I should do and how to do it, and it ended up being I waited too long and someone else got Volume 1 and 2, so I thought, oh well, may as well get 3 and 4. So yeah, I bought 3 and 4. They weren't very expensive, they were really cheap, so it's good. But Volume 1 and 2 were also very cheap and I didn't get them. So now I don't have the full set, and I'll have to try and keep my eye out for a cheap Volume 1 and a cheap Volume 2, because the other ones that were available were a bit more expensive, and as you know, I'm trying not to spend a lot of money trying to get them for good prices. So kicking myself a little You always have non-buyer's remorse. You never have buyer's remorse. It's always non-buyer's remorse. Just remember that, kids. It's always non-buyer's remorse. Oh, so many things that I haven't bought that I feel bad about. I remember everything I haven't bought. And I have so much stuff, but it's always the things you didn't buy that always makes you feel bad. And I don't even know if it's the title I would like, but yeah, still felt a little bit bad because I didn't get the full set. So yeah, one to now look out for. But as I've said before, it wasn't one that I was like dying to get, so I'll get them when I get them, it'll be fine. So this is a title that I think most people have probably been like, oh, how come you've not got that yet? I did buy the volume 1 of Ten Dance by Inoue Sato as a digital copy because it was 99p, and I got that last month, so I'm quite happy to have it as a digital copy, but of course I collect print, so that's what I'm really focusing on. And this is Ten Dance, but it's volume 5. This is a Kodansha Comics title. I'm really happy to have it. Someone put this up on eBay a few weeks ago for an okay price, but with postage and packaging it didn't make it too much of a bargain. It was like an okay bargain. But then a few weeks ago they dropped the price really low just to try and get rid of it, and I was like, oh well, now it's definitely a bargain and it's going in my basket. Cha-ching! So I got Ten Dance volume 5, which you know, isn't really all that useful because it's volume 5 and I only have a volume 1 digitally, so that's a chunk of the story they're missing, so I'll have to wait to see if I can actually read it and fill in the blanks. But it does kind of give me that kickstart of you have one volume of this series, so this title, you now have the impetus to go and get the rest of the series. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this in my collection. It's really good condition for being second hand, looks brand new, like it's never been read, so one careful owner. So I'm really happy to have this. I've got a really good bargain. This next one is Silver Spoon by Hiromu Arakawa, volume 9. This is a yen price title as well, and I also got this second hand for just over £5. I think it was like £5. So yeah, really good bargain. Very happy to have this. I really enjoyed reading it. It was one that I just had to read, so I did read it for the Spring into Manga Love readathon that just happened in May, and it was probably my favourite thing to read, just because I love Hiromu Arakawa and I love the characters, and I can't wait to get more of the series, which I need to get, so I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of it. I think it will be finishing soon, maybe. I don't know if the final volume has come out in Japan yet, but yeah, it's a bit sad that it's ending, but it's taken a long time. Hiromu Arakawa's had a lot of like health problems, not necessarily herself but family members apparently, so yeah, it's taken a long time. She did a lot of work and then kind of it's been stop and start, so it's going to be stopping soon, so I will look forward to the end of the series. Hopefully it'll be a good ending. I don't know. Saying goodbye is so sad. But yeah, love this one. So if you want to hear more of my thoughts, just go and check out that video as well. So this is another June or June manga title. This is by Akira Kanbe, and this is called Loving Gaze. And I actually thought I had this as another one that I thought I had, and then when I actually went through my collection I didn't have it, and I was like, oh okay. And then when I looked to see if I could get it, and I just assumed I'd be able to get it for a really good cheap price, it was actually quite expensive and I couldn't find any cheap copies of it for quite a long time. Not that it's like any great work of art, it's Akira Kanbe. I have more of her work and I was like, meh, it's okay. It's kind of probably a very throwaway title of that time, but as you know I'm collecting, so this is part of the collection. You can see this has plastic on it. It is brand spanking new, and that's because I actually went to go buy a copy that was really cheap on Amazon Marketplace, and the seller didn't ship it, then Amazon got in touch and was like, oh, we don't know what's going on with this one. And so I contacted the seller and they didn't answer and they didn't answer. So this has been a couple of months and no answer was the loud reply. So unfortunately, they had to refund me the cost, which wasn't a lot. I was like, great, it's a bargain. But then Amazon themselves actually had a copy left and they dropped the price down to about £8. And I thought, that's more than I really want, but that's actually the cheapest I've seen it other than the bargain that I found. So yeah, brand new, still with the plastic on, and for about £8, which is not too bad. And it adds to my collection and fills in that wee gap. So I'm really happy to have this. I will read it at some point, but it's much more for the collecting purposes than for the, oh, I can't wait to read this, I really want to read this. So the two parts of me that fights with each other of buy things you want to read and buy things because it's part of the collection. So yep, Akira Kanbe's Loving Gaze. I will read it whenever I get round to it. So this is another June manga title, Sakuraku Hana Fubuki's Shining Moon. This is volume 4 of a 4-volume series, and I was able to get the first volume very, very cheap. I think you can easily get the first volume, maybe even the second volume, for a very reasonable price, and I did. And then I thought great, and then realised that there was a set, so of course I need to collect the set, and I didn't want to read the story until I had the full set. So I have no idea what this is about. I think it's models and fashion and stuff like that. Honestly, have no idea. I haven't even bothered to read the blurb at the back. I'm just really happy to have it. Because it is the final volume that I needed. It is the last one, and that always makes me feel really good to be able to go in and highlight my spreadsheet and make sure that I know that that one is done, you have collected it. And this one is especially good because it is quite a tricky title to get hold of for a good price. I've seen it advertised quite a few times. It's been up, it's been bought, it's been sold, you know, for quite a high price, and I'm not prepared to pay like 3 times cover price for this, you know, second-hand title. I will wait it out. So I did, and someone that I usually buy from online, a European seller, they had this title and it was very expensive, so I waited about a year and then I waited some more. So I've been waiting for a long time for this one to go down to near cover price. They had this before and it sold for over cover price, and I thought so I missed out the last time, but this time I was like, still, you know, hold on, don't buy it for full cover price if you can. So I got it for just under cover price. I couldn't stomach waiting any longer. It was like, oh it's under cover price, oh just buy it now then. So I did spend more than my £5. You know, I usually think about getting something for £5, but I think I'm gonna have to stop thinking that now and just be like, buy 1 or 2 volumes that are near the £10 mark and be happy that you have them. So I am happy that I have this. It was near the £10 mark, so a little bit disappointing in that respect, but really happy to have this, to be able to tick off that collection and to have everything in that set. So it's always nice to be able to do that in a collection. So this was also one for buying for the collection, but it's one that makes me really happy to have in the collection, which is very different from Loving Gaze. It's a different kind of feeling. So yeah, happy to have this. Now the next lot that I'm going to be going through are all Sublime. That's the rest of what I've got is Sublime titles, and some of them I read for the Spring into Manga Love readathon. Some of them I didn't get until quite recently, so I haven't actually opened them up yet. So some to look forward to, and if you are interested, go and check out that video because I will talk a lot more about them there. I won't talk about them too much here. So this is Don't Be Cruel, Yonezo Nekota's title. This is volume 8, which I have in Japanese, but I just love. So yeah, I was very excited and happy to get this one, and I'm even more excited to get volume 9. Just really nice to keep on collecting this and add it to the collection. Nekota is one of my favourites. She just draws beautifully. She doesn't always draw stories that I fully like, but I always appreciate the way that she tells them and the artwork that she drops. So yeah, especially because Maya's just lovely. So yeah, happy to have Don't Be Cruel. This next Sublime title is Finder Beating of My Heart, Ayano Yamane's series, and this is volume 9, so this is new story. I'll just repeat what I said in my other video. Did not know what was going on, did not matter. It was perfectly enjoyable as it was. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this one in my collection as well. I love a good Finder title I can just sit and read, so I enjoyed reading this one a lot. It just felt like nonsense that I could just escape into. Perfect. This is Meguru Hinoharas Secret XXX, and this is a very new title, so I was really happy and excited to get it. I really enjoyed the story, I liked the artwork. There were some issues that I wasn't particularly pleased about, but I went into them in my other video. I don't need to talk about it now. I'm over it. I'm on a different emotional plane. I'm feeling good about life, so I'm happy. And it's cute and it's pink and it's got bunnies and smexiness, so I'm more positive about it today. If you watch my other video, you're like, oh man, ugh, she really went to town. Maybe a bit too negative. No, I'm feeling much better now. That was maybe a Debbie Downer day. But yeah, I'm more positive today. Cheery me. So yeah, I really like this, and I'm looking forward to the next volumes about the other characters, and I will definitely be purchasing it because it's gorgeous, it's lovely, and I enjoyed it. So this one is Yarichin Bitch Club Volume 2, Ogeretsu Tanaka, and this is also Sublime obviously, and yep, this is the one that really pushed me over the edge the other day, so I'm fine with it, I'm fine, I'm over it, I'm cool. Seriously though guys, look after yourselves. Totally be honest, just look after yourselves. I'm really feeling it now, today. Now I'm like, okay, this is good. I like this title. I do like this title. I think it's interesting. I think it's enjoyable. I'm looking forward to volume 3. I do need to get volume 1. I will look out for it when I see it for a good price, because this is one of the $9.99 versions rather than the $8.99. So in the UK, most of the volumes are around $8.99, but some of them have gone up to $9.99, so this is one of the ones that's a bit more expensive, so I will have to keep an eye out for a good bargain price for the Yarichin Bitch Club volume 1 and 3. So this is one that just came through the post recently and I have not yet opened it, still has the plastic on. That is Candy Color Paradox by Isaku Natsume volume 4. Oh, so excited, so excited! Can't wait to rip the plastic off and read this. And I like how on the cover of his magazine it says Dash, which if you know Isaku Natsume, she has a manga called Dash, which is about like judo boys. I think I have it in digital maybe. Yeah, I have it anyway. But Isaku Natsume, I love Isaku Natsume's work. And I really like these two. They're just so silly and cute together. And I have got and read volume 1 and 2, but I do not have volume 3. So I can't read this yet. Oh, itching to just rip that plastic off and read it, but I can't. I must refrain. So yeah, I will probably be buying volume 3 soon because I can't help myself. And I have a little bit of birthday money left over, so I will probably buy myself volume 3 just so I can sit and read it. So I might do a reread of volume 1 and 2 so I can enjoy 3 and 4. I can't wait, I'm so excited, I love this. And this is the last title that I bought for the month of May. And this is The World's Greatest First Love, The Case of Ritsu Onodera, and that is volume 13. Story and art by Shungiku Nakamura. I am so happy to have this. So I showed in another video, I'll put a link up, my manga and anime sort of like big haul. It was a big box, and so I have this as a Japanese title and I have 2 copies, one of the fancy Animate Special Edition with the extra booklet, and then this one as well, which has the same cover. So I have them in Japanese, but it's always nice to have something in English to be able to read. And so I might just do a read of what I have here in this collection. I think I have from volume 7 like through to volume 13 now, so I might do a volume 7 through to 13 because I know the story. I've read this loads, guys. I've read it in Japanese about 6 times, translated it myself, you know, it's that whole thing. I'm a big Shingeki Nakamura fan, so this is my jam. This is my ultimate jam. It's very good jam. It's very good jam. This is very good jam. This is the best jam for me. This is like the kind of thing that it's like cure all. This makes me feel good. It still has the plastic on, so I'm kind of gonna, I'm gonna do a reread of the later volumes so I can really enjoy it and go into volume 13 and be like, right, okay, totally into the story and know what's going on. How long will it take for Onodera to actually admit that he is in love? Who knows? How long has this been going on for? How many decades now? How old are we all now? This is what happens when you get hooked in at a younger age. You're just still plugging away, hoping that you're still alive when Onodera finally admits he's in love. But I do like this. I think her artwork has really evolved. Oh, and that was one of the things. So I ended up looking online for some information about some different mangaka, and I don't know how Google and Wikipedia gets this information, but it didn't have it before, and it said how old some of the mangaka were. So I was looking at Ayano Yamane's age, and also some of the other mangaka, and Shingeki Nakamura's age, and she's only a little bit older than me. And I'm like, what? No! I need her to be at least 10 years older than me to be, you know, successful and drawing, you know, the way she is. And I need her to be at least 10 years or more older than me. That makes me feel quite bad, but it also kind of makes me feel good because she's not that much older than me. So I feel like, a reconnection there. So there's, it was odd. It was just like when you find out something about, I would feel the same if I found out that she liked, I don't know, like eating potatoes. Like, oh, great. This is how much she means to me. It's very sad, but yeah, she's been a big part of my life. Janjo Romantica, well, you got a lot to answer for. Anyway, so this was my final volume. I bought loads this month, so very happy to have all of the different titles in my collection. This one especially though. So this is everything that I got for the month of May 2020. This is my birthday month. Woo! Oh, another year older. But it did give me an excuse to go out and buy lots of things that I wanted to buy, and I got some really good bargains, some things that were a really good price. And I've got some older titles, some out of print titles, some titles that plug gaps, and of course some titles that create new gaps. And so I'm really happy with what I was able to get for this month. I'm looking forward to reading them and adding them to my collection. So yeah, it's been a little bit more tricky, I suppose, emotionally. So it gave me the excuse to buy things, and I certainly didn't need any more excuse than what we all have at the moment to go online shopping. So I will try and refrain next month, so don't expect this kind of size haul for a very long time, maybe until like Christmas or next year. I will try and make sure that I don't spend as much. So I didn't spend too much. I got really good bargains, but at the same time, this is not the healthiest way to deal with my emotions. Some people are eating their emotions. I'm spending mine. I'm collecting mine. Saving them for a rainy day. So yeah, this is a really good collection for this month. I'm really happy with it. Thanks for coming along and checking out what I got. Take care, guys. Bye.